Hi everybody, it's Suzanne Evans here of SuzanneEvans.org, and I am kind of getting into doing these videos for the blog and for newsletters, so I thought I'd share another one with you. And this one is especially rantical, as one of my subscribers told me. They said, you don't write articles, you write ranticles, which I kind of liked. And so I thought it'd be really great to have it in video form. So it's, you probably saw the title of this that says, why is the coaching industry embarrassing me? And it's a little bit of an aggressive title, but the truth is I'm also feeling that way a bit. I think that it's really interesting how a lot of us are positioning ourselves in business, quite frankly, how a lot of the business owners are positioning themselves in business. And then we wonder why only 10% of our industry, only 10% of service professionals, only 10% specifically of coaches and consultants are making over $10,000 a year. So I just want you to hear that again. 10% of service professionals are making over $10,000 a year, especially in the helping fields. So there's a real freaking problem there. And I'm going to lay out where some of the problems are, and I'm going to piss some people off today. And if you're not in the mood for it, you can unsubscribe now. I'm cool with that too. But if you want to hear how you can change, how you can create behavior that reflects a serious, profitable business, then I suggest you continue listening. The first thing is we have become obsessed with this idea of creating community and consciousness over profit. Now, I am all for community. It's one of the things I love about my business. But when you put it before profit, you actually completely defy what business is meant to be. This is when I talk about the difference between, are you a hobbyist owner or are you a business owner? So are you a hoe or are you a beau? A hoe has all of these grand ideas of things that they want to do in the world, but they don't actually profit. And they don't put profit in the front of it and put making money in the front of it. So they end up really frustrated with no money and no community. So that's one of my issues. I have another issue that I have is that a lot of the high-end coaches in our market have become hands-off, right? They've become high-touch and not really, they've become high-tech and not really high-touch, and they've really taken a hands-off approach. And they believe that if you put enough people into a program that's just community-based with not really any business structure or coaching, that people are going to get results. And maybe I'm just special, but I know that in growing my business, I needed business information. I needed more than a party. I needed more than a community. I needed more than fun get-togethers. I needed solid business coaching. So you don't have to want to coach with me. You don't even have to like my style or how I work. But when you are looking for support, look for structures that have concrete business practices. The other piece of it is that somehow we have made confrontation a bad thing. People say, why are you talking about, how I do my work? Or, why can't you just focus on what we all do well? And if we focus on what we do well, we'll make it better. And that's frankly bullshit. The way that you get results is you confront things that don't work. You call that stuff out, you say it in public, and people don't have to agree with me. A lot of people don't agree with me. Some of you express when you don't agree with me, and I'm really okay with that. I'm not everybody's cup of tea, but I have a specific point of view, and that point of view is confrontation. Now, I'm going to tell you what my definition of confrontation is. My definition of confrontation is urgency of honesty. Urgency of honesty. Now, I have a personal motto that I say to myself a lot, which is first do no harm, and be completely honest. And that is really what confrontation is about. Sometimes your clients need to be confronted. They're not getting the results that they want to get because no one is saying, what the hell are you doing? Why aren't you doing it this way? Or why are you doing it this way? If you really want to get the results you want to get, let's kick it into gear. Let's stop complaining and start actually working. Sometimes we need to confront each other when we are in an industry. And for now, my industry is coaching, so it's the one I'm talking about. We need to call each other on things that are quite frankly silly and don't work and don't leave our industry in a professional, profitable place. So, I can guarantee that Dell is not sitting in their boardroom going, I hope that, I wish Apple would stop making fun of us. No, they're just looking at how they can serve their clients, have phenomenal customer service, and how they can make a better profit margin. And that's what you have to be doing in your business, right? I want people to confront me. I'm not always going to agree with it, and that's fine. That's the point of it. But I want people to be having deep conversations about what really matters. So what happens is, because in many cases we have become an industry that doesn't confront each other, and we've become an industry in which we don't confront our clients, we are not taken seriously outside of our industry. Right? So we become this kind of isolated, insular place in which there's a lot of business done, but that business kind of affects each other and it doesn't really go out into the world. So you're damn right. There are times when I am embarrassed by this industry. And I, for one, am going to keep confronting people. I'm going to keep confronting my clients. I'm going to keep confronting the things that I think don't work. And I'm going to do my best to do the things that I think do work. And I'm not going to be perfect. And I welcome you confronting me as well. You know, there is a interesting thing going on right now. I don't know if anyone saw this in the news, but there is a bookstore in Alabama that has actually reprinted Huckleberry Finn, and they have replaced the N-word with the word slave. And it was really interesting. I've been thinking about this a lot lately. I used to be an English teacher, and I loved literature, and I loved teaching, and I feel like I'm just doing an extension of that now in my current business and what I do. But I thought, how do I feel about that? And I am 100% resolute in the fact that that was a huge mistake, because the word slave does not have the same impact that the N-word has. And it doesn't raise the same level of controversy, and it doesn't raise the same level of provocation. And I know that when you raise that level of provocation, things change. Conversations are had. When you confront things that aren't easy to confront, that is when everything changes. That's when you change the world. So if you're somebody who really wants to change the world, embrace confrontation. Look at your industry, whatever industry you're in, and see what's not working. See what's not happening to move your industry forward and move the people in your industry forward. And don't rewrite the book so it sounds nice. Read the book as it was originally written, so that we all can have enlightened conversation that makes a big difference. Do the same thing in your business. Do the same thing with your clients. And I invite you, for the coaching industry especially, but whatever industry you're in, if we want to be treated professional, if we want to be treated with an industry that has a 60% profit margin and not a 10% for just 10%, then start behaving in a way that puts profit before anything else. Because the more money you make, the more you can use that money to change the world. And that's what I want to do. I wake up every day and go, how much money can I make so that I can use that money to make a difference? That takes confrontation. It takes confronting myself. It takes confronting my team. It takes confronting all the people that I associate with and my colleagues. And it takes confronting my own industry. Now, remember, confrontation doesn't have to be angry. It's just about poking the box. So are you poking the box in whatever area you need to do that, so that we can all have lasting change? Right? That's what I want to ask you to do. What do you need to go out today and look at and change and question and poke and prod a little bit, and stop feeling like that is something terrible and negative? It's the only thing that has ever changed the world. When people get a little pissed off, a lot gets done. See you next time.